Hey guys, welcome to Bowhunting Soul. Today I wanted to do a quick little video on winter shooting, especially with something like a stick bow. Now I'm here at one of the wildlife refuges I hunt. I don't have any arrows, I don't have any orange on or my license or whatever. I'm just kind of inside the tree line here just in case warden comes by or something like that. I'm not actually hunting, but I wanted to come out here and actually put on all this gear and kind of show you what I was talking about. So what I wanted to talk about really though is, when we're shooting in cold weather, we got to think about some different things. We're adding layers, we're adding bulk. This is that Uncompahgre jacket that I did a video on earlier, and it's got a really nice sleeve. So when I draw like this, I'm not actually hooking anything over here, but this jacket, like I said, is good if sorry, that got interrupted. This jacket is actually pretty good when you're active and you're kind of walking around, that sort of stuff. But when it gets late, it's December 6th today, and we have archery all the way to the 31st. So the later it gets, the colder it is, obviously. Now this weekend I'm going to go and I'm going to be sitting in like 15 degrees, 20 degrees, and you really need to layer up. So I'm going to put on a couple extra layers here. I usually have like a vest on underneath this too. I just have a shirt underneath, but I'll have a vest on underneath this too, and then a bulkier, a heavier jacket once I get in the stand or blind or whatever I'm going to sit there for hours, and this just doesn't cut it. It's not designed to. So I'll show you, I'll put that stuff on and I'll show you the bulk and some of the things we need to do and things to watch out for while we're shooting, because it is going to affect how our arrow flies, how it comes off the bow, how it kicks, and how it could affect your accuracy. And you just got to account for this kind of stuff. So let me put on all this stuff, and then in the next frame I'll show you that stuff. Okay, I'm back. So now I've put on this. This is actually like a double X size. I've got a lot of room in here to be able to layer all the stuff. It's that Cabela's wind stopper kind of outer fleece kind of thing. Can't remember, Ultimate's what it's called. Anyway, so this is kind of, we're a lot bulkier here. I've got the Uncompahgre underneath. I probably have a vest on underneath all that, and I've got an arm guard. So if I didn't have this, it'd be kind of bulky like that, right? And all this is going to hit your bowstring when you shoot. Now even still, this arm guard isn't all that great. I need a better one, but even still, it does a pretty good job of keeping away this stuff tucked in. I don't normally have an issue with hitting my arm when I shoot, but when all this is in the way, I do. And I actually tested this morning. I went, I put on all this stuff, and I went to the indoor archery range where I normally shoot. It's pretty hot in there, but you got to do this kind of stuff. And I did it with all this stuff on, with arm guard, without arm guard, just in a t-shirt, and it most definitely affects it. What I was finding was when I drew like this, it hit here, it would hook on this kind of stuff, and it would hook down here. This isn't such a big deal now that the arm guard is in, but this is still a concern for me. So I got to make sure that I either like tuck this or find like a different garment to alleviate this stuff. I know they sell like a shooting vest, like an archery shooting vest that kind of tucks all this stuff and keeps it nice and tight. But it does, it does affect this, and I did notice that when my arrow came off, it would actually kick a little bit because it was coming this way. It was actually, the string was actually kicking, here's, if you can see it against this tree, maybe over here, it was actually kicking, the string that way, meaning it kicked the back of the arrow, and the arrow would come off and kick this way and recover. Now, it recovered pretty quickly, and I was shooting, as close as 8 yards all the way out to 20 yards, and I was actually hitting where I wanted to be, but most of the time, but some of them were kind of grouping a little bit to the left because it would recover to go in a straight line, but it would actually impact a little bit left because it kind of already got a head start going leftward. So those are the kind of things you need to worry about. I don't have a great solution. Some people say shorten up your draw, and do one of these open stance kind of things. Well, that's fine and dandy, but you're taking the opportunity that you have, and you may not be able to be in that perfect position to be able to shoot. So you need to practice that stuff. Or just don't take it at all. I know in a hunting situation, I'm supposed to say, well, you're supposed to shoot the same way every time and come to full, we all know that that's not going to happen. You gotta, you might have to short draw sometimes, you might have to contort a little bit sometimes, but even still, those are the shots that you should be practicing too. But even still, you still may not get a clean arrow flight, and you owe it to the animal that you're trying to shoot them cleanly and not injure them, wound them, hit them on the butt, whatever, hit them sideways. So anyway, just something to think about. So put on your gear. I know it's kind of a pain in the butt. Put on your gear. You may look a little bit silly if you do it at the indoor range, but you can actually get a really good idea of exactly what's going to happen to that arrow, and then you can kind of try and do something to deal with it to not have that happen. So anyway, like, share, subscribe, and again, check out our Facebook group. Group is growing, and I'd like you to go on there, check it out, contribute. I'd like you to share this video and comment, and maybe I'd really like to hear from some of you guys on what you guys do to alleviate, this kind of situation. I know some of you are going to say buy, super high-tech Sitka clothing or this, that, and the other. Yeah, I get that, but you get to a point where even the highest tech clothing, you're still kind of bulky. Next year though, I swore to myself that I am going to buy a heater bodysuit where then you just basically come out of the clamshell and you can be almost in a t-shirt or like a skinny or long sleeve. But anyway, thanks for tuning in, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Thanks.